Does Rodgers have a right to be this upset with the Packers?
With him being that upset shows me just how weak he is. Who the hell cares who you draft? I mean, he's a 3-time MVP in the league, and he's worried about this guy they drafted last year at number 1. Now, I don't know what was said behind the scenes. I don't know if he said, look, I'll play this year and then I want out of here. And they said, fine. Then he's the MVP in the league. I don't know. None of us know. Unless he told some insiders and they're saying it. I don't hear it. And for him to be upset, my God, I don't understand that. Pittsburgh drafted Mark Malone, number 1, Cliff Stout in the 3rd or 4th round. I had him coming at me from all angles. I embraced it because when we went to practice, I wasn't worried about those guys. You know, it didn't scare me a bit. So I don't understand why he's so upset at Green Bay. And then if they fired the general manager, he'll come back. Are you kidding me? Really? Aaron, that's where this is. Here's what I'd do. I wouldn't budge. Let him gripe. Let him cry. Retire. You're 38. Go ahead and retire. See you later. I mean, I'm really strong about stuff like that. And it just makes him look weak. In my way of looking, it makes him look weak. You know, how dare you draft somebody? Or, you know, I played better. What did he say? I played better than they thought I would. Or I don't know. Oh, me being the MVP really screwed him, you know, really messed him up. Well, you're going to make, I don't know how much money. That obviously he doesn't need the money. So probably he's just retire and go do Jeopardy. That's the way I look at it. But I wouldn't budge. I'm strong about stuff like that. I wouldn't budge a bit.
What is going on? It is another episode of Dynasty Pylon. My name is Martin. I am here with Mark. It is Cinco de Mayo. And what is up, man? How are you today?
Not much. I'm pretty good. I'm excited. That draft was amazing.
It was, right? I'm still like
twists and turns.
Oh, right. I'm just like ecstatic.
At least in the first round.
Well, come on.
Well, second round.
Me and you were like excited for like the third day.
Oh, yeah. Me and you.
You and I pay attention to the scrubs, man. Like some of these, like we pay attention to the Antonio Gibsons, Jeremy Chins that come out, you know. So I know your boy Quinn Minor or whatever, the lineman went to
Broncos
Denver
in the third round. That was,
it was surprising. And you actually called that, actually.
I did. I called it watching it with my family too. They were like, "Who is this guy?" And then when they called him, they're like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Hey, there he is."
I think
he's gonna be good, man. He's gonna be good.
I think so. He's the guy that was lifting in the mountains and throwing stones and lifting
Rocky
logs.
Style.
Yeah, man. His was awesome. So dude, the draft like surprised me. I just was like blown away. So tell them what exactly are we doing specifically today?
Today we have 3 picks of what surprised us, 3 picks that we didn't like, and 3 picks that we absolutely loved and that we did like.
That's right.
It's gonna be hard to narrow down that surprise thing, though.
What is that?
Some of the surprises could go in the don't like list.
I thought about some of that too. Like I was
looking over everything, and I was like,
that could be a good fit, but then at the same time, I don't like it for fantasy purposes because the way, you know, like some players will get benched eventually, the ones we fell in love for last year. But what did you think about Terry Bradshaw and the whole situation with Aaron Rodgers, dude?
Well, I thought the comments that he said were funny. I mean, I know he wasn't meaning it to be. Well, I mean, maybe the Jeopardy one was supposed to be funny.
Yeah, or go work at a concession stand at the end. And like, yeah,
honestly though, it just came across as the typical older person kind of nitpicking at the younger person for being upset at something that maybe he wouldn't be upset at if he was in that same position.
Probably.
I mean, I don't know the inner workings of what happened. I mean, I know some things. I've been researching it a little bit with the Hoyer and Rodgers situation.
Mhm.
Apparently, it has nothing to do with love. It has to do with a receiver that was let go that he really liked last year. I guess is where it started. I guess the whole love situation didn't help, but
No, it didn't. But I mean, from a Packer standpoint, I see what Terry Bradshaw was
Yeah.
saying. Like, as an organization, they're looking for the future. You know, like we
it's
don't.
a business. They have to.
Yeah, no, and it's all it is. Like, it's exactly what Terry was saying. Like, he shouldn't be saying anything about it. He has no right to saying anything about it. Like, it's like, if it's his job to do what he has to do, but if they don't want him anymore, then you go somewhere else. I mean, there's rumors that he might end up in the NFC West or something like that with the Niners, but I don't.
Yeah,
think
I think
that's
that
gonna
was
happen.
before the draft. I think after the draft, I don't think.
Right. I don't think that's gonna happen at all. I mean, they got their dude at the third round. Freaking Trey Lance. So I thought that was pretty impressive. I'm really glad it wasn't Mac Jones. If it was Mac Jones, I would have been upset. Like Mac Jones up in the third round, no way. The third overall, no way.
You say that, but like going into the draft, it was probably like 70-30. It was going to be Mac Jones going number 3. Everyone talked about Kyle Shanahan loves Mac Jones.
Yeah, but like, come on. Like, what's the difference between Mac Jones and Jimmy Garoppolo? Like, age difference, maybe a little bit of arm strength or maybe IQ difference. But overall, like athleticism, like they're probably the same. Like, they're both kind of like pocket QBs.
Oh, athleticism, I think Trey Lance is probably way more athletic than Mac.
Yeah, but I mean, like between Jimmy and Mac, like I see them the same. Yeah,
I think they're like the same.
Yeah, so at least
white dudes that'll probably get hurt also.
I just see that Trey Lance, like him landing there, definitely brings a different game plan for Kyle Shanahan. I think it's they could roll with Jimmy for a little bit and then eventually push off towards Trey later, maybe next season. Like if he sits, like if they redshirt him for a year, that'd be great. Like I would love for that to happen. Just kind of get the ropes. Maybe
they need that to happen.
Towards the end of the season,
not ready to play at all.
Oh no, he's not. I definitely agree with you there. I
mean, he didn't even play this last year, so
true.
And even before that, I think he only played one year.
No, last season he played one game.
I know, but I'm saying, but before that, I think he only played 1 year.
Yep. So he's 17-0 apparently. So he went like undefeated.
I know that, but I'm just saying it's such a
no. It's a very small taste. Yep, exactly. So I just thought it was like interesting that it's a good fit. Like you teach him up, he'll be ready to go by next season.
Oh, he couldn't have asked for a better coach, man. Quarterback guru.
Oh man, I just hope they don't do to him what they did to Tua in Miami.
Oh yeah.
I think
they don't have Fitzmagic, so
true, but
I don't have a closer.
I don't think Tua was ready to go after 7 or 8 weeks. I think he should have waited. And then he only played 7 games, and everyone's like, "Oh, he sucks." I'm like, "No, dude, he only played 7 games. Like, what do you expect from a rookie? Like, typically most rookies don't play their first year, so it's a very
Tua though. I'm glad the Dolphins went the way they went.
That
means they have faith
with Waddle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But they didn't go quarterback like back when they had the 3rd pick.
Oh yeah,
everyone was saying they were going to take one of the quarterbacks. Everyone's like, they have Tua already.
Yeah, no, I think that was a great pick for them.
Waddle was a great pick, yes,
for them, especially like what's funny is like I look at some of these picks. A lot of these receivers went to their old college quarterbacks,
right?
So I was hoping. So if I don't know if I saw 3, I don't know if you saw any more than that. But I saw 3 of them receivers go to their college QBs.
There's a 3rd one?
Yeah. So what are the 2 that you're thinking of?
Well, Waddle, Tua.
Mm-hmm.
Just talked about it. Then Burrow.
And Chase. Yeah. The other one.
What was the other one?
People forget that Jalen Hurts threw to Devontae Smith.
Oh crap! You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
For like
And
2 years, probably.
yeah. So even at least a season. Yeah. So
How
those
about
were the
that?
3
You're
that
right.
stuck out to me, and I was like, oh, that's
Well,
kinda
everyone
cool.
probably thinks Jalen Hurts. Oh, Oklahoma, because that's the 1 year he played
No,
there.
yeah, but he
You're
played
right.
in,
He played 3. He played 3 years in Alabama, so he
Yep.
would have.
so there's that little chemistry
Waddle
aspect.
too.
So I actually liked where they landed. But as for the Aaron Rodgers things, we'll see what happens. I don't know, man. Like, if he retires or if he goes somewhere else, I would hope that he lands, like, go to the dark side and go to, like, the Saints, or I don't know, maybe start over Derek Carr. I don't know. For some reason, they're reaching for QB, but if he ends up in the Saints, that'll be freaking awesome. Just to see him.
It won't be this year though. Could be next year, but it won't be.
Yeah.
They don't have the cap.
They'll cut half the team or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just get rid of all the receivers, because you clearly did it in Green Bay. So I think you could do it again here in New Orleans with no receivers.
Also, rumblings that he could go to Denver, even though they already got a quarterback last week.
Terry Bridgewater. Yeah, a lot of people are down on that. I think he's a fine starter for the year, and then maybe next year pick up Howell, the guy from North Carolina.
Yeah.
But that's later. Like, we don't really care about that. Right?
What do the Broncos get? Rodgers.
Well, then if they get Rodgers, then
Supposedly it's as done a deal as a deal can be.
yeah, true.
I guess they're waiting until later because less cap hits or something. I don't know.
In June. June is
Yeah, I
when,
think
like,
it's
most
June,
of the cap.
yeah.
I mean, speaking of
So.
June, I know we're planning on potentially getting rid of Julio Jones.
I heard about that.
Yeah, so
I keep hearing my team being. I'm like, I have enough receivers. I don't need any more.
no, you guys have really good receivers. In the
I
draft, you
know.
guys pick the Diami Brown, who's a pretty good, decent player, I think.
The guy we got in the 3rd round from North Carolina.
Yeah.
How many offensive weapons did North Carolina have?
They were stacked.
Like,
They were
holy
stacked, man.
Where's their
And then
quarterback at all?
their
I didn't hear
defense
any
wasn't bad either. They
Maybe
had
the
that
quarterback went back. Did the quarterback go back?
Howell? Yeah, he went back or something like that.
Is that who you're talking about?
He's not.
When you said
He's not
Howell?
coming back until this season. He's coming back next season. He's a sophomore, I think. So
okay. Well,
yeah.
there you go.
So he'll be in next year's draft. He should be one of those higher prospected guys, probably within the top 10.
He's going to need more weapons, apparently, though. They all left.
True. It's a college. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
next
I'm
kid
sure
up.
they have them.
Yeah. So
just look at what happened with Williams and Carter. Williams goes, "Oh, I'm sitting out," and then Carter explodes.
And then yeah, exactly. the next kid up, and then they just explode. So I know you're really excited about Michael Carter. I think he landed in a really great spot for him to actually start getting reps, like, right away with the Jets. And the Jets, we're talking about best, and I have them on my list, so I will get to that. But let's talk about Kerryon Johnson real quick. Just get that news out of there. Kerryon Johnson is waived from Detroit Lions. I'm not surprised. Obviously, Swift is the guy, and then they picked up Williams, and then they just drafted, I think, Jamar Jefferson. I could be wrong, but it's another rookie running back that just came out who's pretty good. So they have their 3 guys. And plus, it just seemed in the last 2 seasons, Kerryon Johnson was just they either hated him or I have no idea, man. But yeah, so, and then Brian Hill is, who a former Falcon, is now a Titan, which doesn't matter because he probably won't get any reps there. So,
is he a running back?
Yeah, he's a running back.
Oh yeah, he's not going to get any reps.
Yeah, he's, like I said, he's not getting any reps. I think it was just a money move. Falcons weren't going to sign him, so they just signed him. So, yeah. So, did you want to start off with the worst, the best, or like the most surprising one? I have worst on mine.
All right. Want to go worst?
I can go with worst first.
You can do worst.
Okay. Do you want to go first or?
Sure.
Okay.
So for worst, I thought
in any order, or just this is your number one worst one?
this could be my number one worst
Okay.
one. I did not like the first round pick by the Raiders.
Okay.
Not that I don't like who they drafted, I just don't like where they drafted it.
It's funny. That was my number one.
Was it?
That was my number one, and I think me and you we watched
I
it together.
swear they could have easily got him in the second round.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
When they announced that, I think both me and you were like, "Huh?"
Yeah. Like why?
What?
Like why? It's
Like
Leatherwood?
even the programming, the ESPN was like, we had 6 Alabama players going in the first round. Leatherwood was not one of them.
They passed up Christian Durasaw
Yeah,
and Tevin Jenkins.
yeah.
So and that was I was like, dude, like Leatherwood. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
was
if
literally like,
I
what?
understand that was a needed position, I really do.
They
But
could have traded back, got some more capital if that's
Yeah.
who they wanted. Like
Definitely.
no one else in the first round was taking,
definitely.
unless they knew something we didn't, and there's other teams or something. I don't know,
Well-
but I highly doubt it.
And it's funny because me and you kept mentioning maybe these NFL teams know something we don't, because there was a specific player that both of us actually were probably like really confused on how far he dropped down. But we'll get into the surprise picks. But I think me and you have the same guy when it comes to the guy who dropped way down, and we thought so.
Probably do.
Yeah, and then so obviously we have the same number one, Leatherwood. Very surprising. But my number two was the freaking Saints, man. The Saints drafted who was it? I think it was a lineman. Yeah, right in the first round.
And the entire fan base was just like, who?
Peyton Turner. It was funny because they panned off to the audience there, and they were just like looking at each other, and then it wasn't until after like they mentioned him, like I guess from the grapevine he had a really good interview. Coaches actually really liked him, so he was a good locker room guy, good personality. But again, he's 6'6", 270. But I still think that's a type of guy they could have gotten the second round as well. I mean, the only thing that the Saints impressed me with was maybe Ian Book. Do you remember Ian Book when we watched the Senior Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the only actual impressive pick that I saw from them. Other than that, I don't think I saw anything.
Both the Saints and the Raiders had pretty lackluster drafts.
Well, the first pick, I don't think the Raiders had a terrible.
That's true. The guy that got
draft,
in
because
the second round, I think, was actually
the second round. Yes, I want to mention the second round. What they did, I really thought, like, again, it leads back to that one player we're going to talk about later. Do you have, who was your number two?
Number two?
Yeah, worst.
It was okay. So for me, I had it at worst just because I feel like need wise they should have gone with it. They should have gone a different direction, but it's hard to fault them for going in the way they did. And that was the Bengals' first round pick. I think they should have gone with Sewell. I really do.
Okay, as everyone thinks that too.
Because I'm like, yeah, you have Jamar Chase, but what good is it if Burrow breaks his other? Like, all the memes came out like with his other ACL, just like, I'm in trouble.
So, okay. There's, I also agree that they should have went Penny Sewell. The only thing I kind of want to defend them on is They did make some moves in the offseason. They picked up Riley. I think he was out of the
Minnesota.
Yeah. So they made that
He's
move.
not
a
great.
great
I mean,
move.
he's not bad, but he's not great. He's like
Right.
middle of the road. And
And
there's a
all
reason
their
why
guys
Minnesota
are
let
coming
him
back.
go.
Right. All their guys are coming back healthy too.
Mhm.
So and then in the second round, I believe they picked up a lineman, Jordan something. I can't remember his last name, but I could probably look that up right now. And it was a guard.
Mhm.
So Tank says that Raiders are given the worst trade almost every sports now. Yeah, probably.
There you go. See?
Yeah. So but I do believe that they kind of went with that because maybe they made an offseason move and then they went in the second round. They picked up a pretty decent lineman. I could actually look at their actual draft here, but I don't think it was bad and it was good. Like, I understand why they went there because they want to get Joey B his main target. He has that good chemistry. He already knows him as well. Like, he can target him on the run, like wherever he's at. Like, he knows it. So, okay. So I just pulled up Jackson Carman. Oh, okay. So this guy, I think, was out of Clemson. There's a video of him actually of manhandling Chase Young. So, yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. So let's see.
Offensive lineman?
Yeah. Jackson Carman.
Is he the one who went right here? He went to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Guard.
So besides them making the move on the offseason, the tackle from Minnesota.
Yeah, but I feel like in Sewell you would have had like a Trent
hands
caliber.
down.
Like you wouldn't
Hands
have to worry about left tackles for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah, hands down.
Like, I think Sewell is that good.
Yeah, he was the number one guy off
beast.
of the board. So he was the number one offensive lineman. So yeah, and I agree with you. But I guess in their minds they thought, okay, well they all the guys are coming back healthy. They got Riley, they got Carman. Again, that's the only defense I could say because obviously the entire world is obviously they don't like the pick. I don't like the pick either, but I think I'm just in this term that I'm gonna like try and defend them. That's probably what they were thinking. And I
get that. That's why I said to me, like, it's not like the Raiders where it's like that was just a bad. Like, you were horrible.
Yeah,
like
that was.
Bad. I was looking through all the picks and it was just like that one. I just kept going back to. Like even during the thing they're talking about how like he probably would have been sacked more than Carson Wentz had he not got hurt.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you have a weapon, and they did get rid of they did lose AJ Green, so that basically, replaces him. But he probably does. Like I get it, but I don't know. That's why I say it's hard to fault Jamar Chase because I know he's going to be good. I really do.
No, yeah, but he's really.
How is he going to get the ball if Burrow's on the ground?
Exactly. The QB's only as good as his line, and your receivers are only good as your QB. I mean, your QB's not good if your line's not good. So. Like I said, that's the only defense I think they could probably do. Maybe they have some offseason moves here that they could probably do as closer we get to the season. Maybe make a trade or two. We'll see. But so that was your number 2, right? Or was that your number 3?
That was number 2.
Okay. I think I mentioned my number 2 was the Saints, right?
Huh? Yeah. No, that was your. Oh, I guess because I already.
Peyton, yeah. So that was my number 2. So my number 3, and only because I like this guy, and of course nobody knows who he is. Maybe you do, but Ramondre Stevenson. Does that ring a bell? He's a 6'2", 230, 240 running back. Okay. Now people don't know this guy because he transferred from Alabama, I think, to Ohio State, or was it Ohio State to another school? One of those. Okay. But he was, or Oklahoma, my bad. So I think he went from Ohio State to Oklahoma. Trey Sermon would never been a thing had Ramondre Stevenson went to Oklahoma. Oklahoma pick up Ramondre Stevenson. This guy was huge. Like, he was as big as Najee Harris. And I think just because he went to a different division, it just wasn't that stellar there. But he landed in New England. And I was really bummed out about that because, as history tells, we know how New England utilizes their running backs.
Mhm.
And a guy that big, I really thought that we would have seen like LeGarrette Blount 2.0. Like, I really thought that. And he was going to be one of my sneaky picks. But now that he ended up in New England, I don't want anything to do with him. Because Bill Belichick and his running backs,
Right? He's so bipolar, man.
dude, you'll see like 6 running backs and within 3 games. Like, and then you don't know who to start. But I was really upset that Ramondre ended up there. If you look him up, dude, this guy was huge. And Trey Sermon, when he left Trey Sermon, this is when Trey Sermon became a thing because, well, he was no longer under Ramondre Stevenson. That was my number 3 worst. I felt like as fantasy goes, I was bummed that he ended up there. So so what was your number 3 worst?
Again, this is kind of nitpicking. It was actually kind of hard to find worse.
It was a good draft class, not gonna lie.
It was pretty good, and for the most part, a lot of teams actually did pretty good. I mean, at least it was decent. It wasn't like those glaring, like, oh, why did you do that? But for me, in the first round, again, I get it. Again, I'm not knocking the guy they did draft. I just thought, especially in watching, because I saw some Alabama games and stuff. I didn't see too many of the South Carolina games, but I thought Patrick Surtain II was like far and away like the number 1 corner available in the entire draft.
Mm-hmm.
And yet the Panthers took J.C. Horn first.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I think you and I were actually
every mock draft I had
was Patrick Surtain.
Taking Patrick Surtain.
You and I were both surprised that day.
And I was just like, what?
Right.
J.C. Horn, if he was still available, was going to go to, because I think if they take Patrick Surtain, I don't think the Broncos take J.C. Horn. I think they go in a different direction.
Yeah.
And then Horn would have fallen to the Cowboys. And they never would have traded with the Eagles. So that whole one thing that they did just threw everything into whack.
It did.
And I was just like floored when I was like, really?
But they also,
I could be wrong. 10 years from now, they could be talking about how great J.C. Horn is, and he's the number 1 corner in the league. But,
I mean, if that pick hits, you know,
but if Patrick Surtain goes to Denver and just lights it up left and right every week, and then they're like, oh, we could have had that guy.
Yeah, that's very true. And that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's what happens when it comes to these, picks. A lot of like, you miss out on them, and then it's like, well, the organization screwed up, and they're like, well, I mean, now we got to deal with him. But I agree, Patrick Surtain should have been there. J.C. Horn went there, and then the Broncos benefited off of it. So, hey, if the Chiefs got to do it, or not Chiefs, but if the Panthers pick J.C. Horn, then that's who they go with. I mean, I'm not saying J.C. Horn is bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and I'm not saying he's not either. But I mean, I feel like granted, corner doesn't get as much recognition if it was like 2 quarterbacks, but like I feel like you could like next 10 years you could just go and see, hey, who's doing better? Like little kind of a little competition, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
and you just be like, as I said, 10 years from now, when Patrick's like up here, JC's down here, the Carolina Panthers could be like, but I had that guy.
Yeah.
But
hey, it is what it is.
But I have a bonus, and they weren't drafted, but they were an unsigned rookie or undrafted rookie that I thought was kind of weird, and I didn't like it.
Who was that?
Jamie Newman going to the Eagles.
No way. Did he really?
Yeah, he signed with the Eagles.
Oh my god. That guy sucks.
Reaction.
I
was like, what?
Oh my god,
dude,
dude.
there's a reason he was undrafted.
Look, all right. For those who don't know Jamie Newman,
but go Eagles.
he's not good.
He's not good. No.
He was playing in the Senior Bowl, and I was watching him, and maybe it because he took a year off, and then decided to go Senior Bowl. But when he was in the Senior Bowl, he did not look anything as good as what we thought he would have been, or as much as they were saying he was. I just was shocked on how I think he was a starter, to be honest, over Franks. I don't know if you remember, he was their third string guy.
Really?
But Franks, yeah, Felipe Franks or something like that.
Oh yeah, Felipe Franks, I know that guy.
Yeah. So I just Jamie Newman sucks, man. I'm sorry. And if
he's in the NFL, guys, he's in the NFL.
Well, okay. Now
you might just make the practice squad, but
now when it comes to sucky players, do you think he's going to be better than Ben DiNucci, the backup for
the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes.
I mean, I didn't think Ben DiNucci played horrible. Did he play good? No. But I don't think they lost some of those games because of him necessarily. They were just a bad team.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Ben DiNucci will be better than Jamie Newman.
Oh my god.
I mean, he could surprise us, but I'm not expecting much from him. I saw that and I was like, oh, what if Martin heard this?
No.
I'm gonna bring it up. But look, I waited until in the show this time too.
That's good. That's good.
Get that genuine reaction.
That's raw emotion right there, man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hey, good for him. He makes a couple of $1,000 in
more like a couple $100,000.
Well, a couple hundred, yeah, whatever. And then
players,
he can say he was in the NFL. I don't think he's going to do anything. I mean, maybe he will. Jalen Hurts goes down, then they throw him in, and then he decides to pull his ass out of his head, and then does good. But I don't see it. Okay, so let's go to the best. So the best draft, I personally think.
Are we doing picks or overall drafts?
You can do picks, drafts.
Oh, okay. I just
I'm doing as a whole team.
Okay. All right.
And I want to say that the best draft that I think I saw of all these teams was the Jets.
They had a pretty good draft.
The Jets, obviously Zach Wilson. I think he's going to be a bust, but we'll see. But however, last year they got Mekhi Becton, who was a huge lineman who ran that 4-4 as a lineman, and then in the first round they had the 20-something pick, and then they traded up to the 14th pick to get Elijah Vera Tucker, who's another good lineman. So he's got a good tackle and
traded from Minnesota.
Yeah, he's got a good tackle. He's got a good guard. The rest of the line isn't too bad, but this guy, look, Zach Wilson. If he's horrible, he can't blame his line. That's all I gotta say. It can't be his line. If he's a bust, he's because he's a bust. I mean, I think they have they lost Alex Lewis or something like that, right? And then with Mekhi Becton being there, I just think that it's a good fit. And then they ended up getting Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss, really speedy receiver. And plus the offseason moves that they did with Corey Davis. I mean, he's going to have weapons. And then your guy, Michael Carter, ended up there. Yep. Ended up there on the 4th round pick. I remember you texting me because I was currently at work, and you're like, "Oh, dude, Michael Carter ended up with the Jets." It's like, "Oh, no way!" Like that's an automatic start. He's definitely gonna start. Like, who's he gonna start over? Like, is Frank Gore still there? Has he announced his retirement?
I think he's literally trying to play so he can play with his son in the NFL. I literally,
Which would be cool.
His son's in college right now.
Yeah, this will be history in the making.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's trying to hold on to make that happen.
That would be awesome. But yeah, so yeah, and then Michael Carter, really good running back. I think he's like 5'9", 210 or something like that. I think you showed me, and he's pretty good. Like that's a pretty good
5'10", yeah, 5'10".
Yeah, that's a pretty good, decent size for a running back.
I think he'll be good.
Yeah, and then the 5th round they picked Sherwood, linebacker out of Auburn, and then so get this. So there's a Michael Carter running back, and then they picked up a Michael Carter II out of Duke. He's a defensive back. Yeah, so yeah, I mean they're helping out the defense. Brian Pohl, possibly there, and then with May, the defense was pretty good already. Then they picked up another corner and then a linebacker, and they did pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, I don't think they did too bad. I mean, I think after Michael Carter, it was just nothing but defense. The first Michael Carter.
Yeah, the first one.
The first Michael Carter. But after that, it was just nothing but defense. So they're fixing that problem. So who is your number one?
I really liked what the 49ers did.
Okay.
I mean, I like Trey Lance. I think he'll be good. I think their 3rd round pick, though, with that offense, Trey Sermon, with that offensive line, woo!
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they went offensive line in the 2nd round too.
It's going to be nasty. It really is.
It's that pick right there, I think.
Dude, and Trey Sermon or
who's the only running back? Let's say Moser, right? Is he still there?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't want to go straight up against either of those guys.
Oh, I wouldn't either. But with that offensive line, woo!
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. And then they're all healthy again. And then they picked up, or they still have Brandon Ayuk. Debo's still there, I think, and then Kittle will fully be healthy. It's going to be pretty good, pretty decent. But yeah, I agree with you there, man. What about your 3rd, man?
My what?
Your 3rd best team.
Or skipping 2nd?
No, that was your 2nd, wasn't it? Or was that your 1st? That was your 1st? Oh, well, then go your 2nd. My bad.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Don't say Elon Mond.
I like that pick in the 3rd round. But also what they did in the 2nd or the 1st round, trading all the way back, and still getting a top 10
landed
tackle.
There magically.
Dude, that was freaking amazing.
There. He just magically landed there. I definitely agree with you there. But yeah. So my 2nd was the Browns. I think that
they had a good one too.
They had all right. First of all, the Browns, we've always known them as a really bad team.
2nd round. So, dude, gonna be amazing.
What's that?
So their 2nd round pick's gonna be amazing. I can't believe he went all the way to the 2nd round, man. Jock.
Freaking Jock.
Jeremiah.
Yeah. Jock. Jeremiah Usu Koromoa. Yeah, I've been practicing that one. That's going to be a handful. That's J-O-K.
I'm sure Kate and my sister and brother-in-law will let us know if we mispronounce it.
I don't care. They can leave it in the comments. Okay. I don't care. They know who I'm talking about, and that's all that matters. So Greg Newsome was their first pick, and I think he's just as good as Patrick Surtain. For him to fall all the way down to 22nd is really good. And then the 2nd pick, getting JOK and me and you. So this was one of my surprise picks. I'm just going to eliminate my surprise pick. I'm surprised that he fell all through the 1st round. practically like midway second, and then fell at 52. I mean,
Yeah, that was nuts.
we were waiting for him to get
I
drafted.
thought we were going to draft him, to be honest.
No, and then you guys picked up Davis, which I mean, not bad, but
no, and I don't think I mean, I don't mind our draft, but it wasn't flashy or anything. It was just linebacker, offensive lineman.
And we were saying, like, do they know something that we don't? Like Jeremiah Usa-Koromora is a really good player. So for Cleveland to get him is awesome. And then they picked up Anthony Schwartz out of Auburn, receiver. I think that's going to be a good fit. I don't think Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to be that big of a threat. Now with the whole Odell thing, I hope he's gone. After he left, they seem to be a lot better. I think he's just too much of a diva. And what am I doing here? My bad. I totally changed the whole outlook here.
Yeah, there you go.
We were on the morning for a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, I looked up. I was like, oh, that's different.
Yeah, my bad. But hey, so yeah, I mean, then they went offensive line, which is always good, and they always upgrade off O-line. Like I said, your O-line is your running backs, QBs are only as good as your O-line. So, and they went defense, linebacker, with defensive tackle, and then they get off safety. I think, and then one of my favorite picks, and unfortunately, again, I hope he sees it, but I don't think he'll actually sniff the field with both the running backs there with freaking, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank here. Help me out here. The running backs, Chubb and Hill.
And Hill.
So
not Hill. Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah, whatever. Again, I don't care what they say. Leave it in the comments. They know who I'm talking about. And they know who I'm talking about too. Demetric Felton. Round 6.
I know that's going to be a steal.
Dude.
It's going to be a steal.
But the problem
is he playing
overcome
I think he's playing receiver, though.
I hope so.
I know he was drafted as a running back, but in the Senior Bowl, he was playing receiver.
Yes, and he's good. So, with that being said, he could be the next Antonio Brown when going from receiver to running back. This kid went from running back to receiver. So, that means he's going to have a lot of yak. Yak means like yard after the catch. If he catches the ball, he's definitely going to truck someone because he's going to have that running back mentality. I really hope that he does something, but for their last pick at round 6 for Demetric Felton, I love that pick. I'm just letting him know now, like, dude, he's going to be special if they use him right. If they don't, then that's really unfortunate. But he was really good at the Senior Bowl. I fell in love with him at the Senior Bowl, and I think you did too. Oh
yes, I did. He was really, really good.
Right. So yeah. So that was the Browns. That was my second one. You're number 2?
I'm on 3 now.
Oh, you're on 3. God,
it's okay, man. I almost said the Browns.
Let's see Alan Peakwink.
Alan Peakwink?
Is this a reference I'm not understanding? Tank said, let's see Alan Peak.
Numbers are hard.
So, I mean, my number 3 was Detroit. I mean,
really, you went Detroit?
I went Detroit. Dude,
I think my number 3 is the Chargers.
Chargers? Okay. The only reason I say Detroit is because I mean, they landed with Javonte Williams, like the 3rd or 4th, I think, or maybe 5th. I'm not sure, but he's a good running back, I think. Or not, Javonte Williams went to the Broncos. Who was it? But the first round definitely was their first round. Penny Sewell was
that's why I said
just a given, dude. Like, just for free. And so
even Motor City Dan Campbell was excited.
Yeah, like did you see the draft room? Like they
Yeah.
were just dancing around, happy as shit. So, who am I thinking? Oh, Jamar Jefferson. That's who I'm thinking. Their running back. Their last round pick. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's another good, decent receiver. I mean, yes, they got they got O-line, 2 defensive tackles. So what does this mean, man? Like they went big. Like these are big guys. Like they went big, strong, heavy. Then they went with a corner with Melifonwu, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown is a really good pick. But Jamar Jefferson, their last pick out of Oregon State.
He's going to be another good one.
Yeah. The problem is he has to overcome Williams and Swift.
Yeah.
So if they go down, he will see some play. And I think
The sauce almost did Williams and Jones. So
was that
not impossible. I said the sauce almost overcame Williams and Jones. So it's not impossible.
Exactly. Oh, Tank is talking about the overlay that I screwed up.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Thanks, man. But it wouldn't be a podcast if I didn't screw up. Come on, man. So yeah, dude, like the sauce, AJ Dillon, but he's number 2 now, so I do expect him. They will probably utilize him. So I'm
plus
still.
Once Jones gets hurt, like he usually does. So.
I'm still hyped on AJ Dillon. I still like him. I think he's going to be the next big thing. Unfortunately, I don't think Jones is going to fulfill these next 4 years. He's going to get hurt.
Probably not. Oh, I'm sure.
Something's going to happen. I'm
the short shelf.
Exactly, and he's already played his first contract, so why would his second contract be any as good as first? So that's just the way the running back life is. So technically, we kind of knocked out our surprise pick of the JOK. I also picked up. I mentioned my second surprise pick was.
Can I do my third draft or?
Well, I'm just knocking mine out, but yeah, I already mentioned all my surprises. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my third one was the Chargers. I liked what they did with their draft.
You said that.
Yeah, but that's all I said.
Oh,
and then you just took over talking about the Lions.
Go ahead.
Well, their first 2 picks I think were pretty big home runs. Rashawn Slater, tackle from Northwestern. I think he'll be really good.
Yes.
And then once you get Justin Herbert all kinds of time, that sounds dangerous. And then I think Asante Samuel Jr., another legacy. I think he's gonna be really good for a lockdown corner.
Yeah,
especially for getting him in the second round. And then they went and got Herbert some weapons in the third round with Josh Palmer out of Tennessee. I think he was he in the Senior Bowl?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was in the Senior Bowl.
He was. Yeah,
so I remember him. And then that Trey McKitty, tight end out of Georgia.
Also dude, his story too, man.
Yeah. So
for him to fall down there.
Yeah.
Good for them, man. Like they had a really good draft. So.
And then they went, mostly defense going on. But Larry Roundtree, the third from Missouri, running back.
Yes.
All the way in the 6th round.
I saw that. But I don't know how good he's gonna do there with Joshua Kelly. And then they got freaking who does he got to overcome? Austin and Joshua Kelly, and I think they have another guy there, but we'll see how he does. Again,
apparently there's more video of tackles bulldozing Chase Young.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently Rashawn Slater did the same thing.
Jeez, it's all just
there you go.
To Chase Young, if he could not.
We didn't see those videos when Chase Young was getting drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Chargers did a really good job though with their draft overall.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I can't disagree with you. I think they're probably going to be one of those teams that actually potentially make the playoffs next season. I really do. Their linebacker Murray is going to have that first year rookie out of the way, so he's definitely he's learned a lot. So Murray's really good. So Kenneth Murray. So he's one of the best linebackers there is, and he'll make his story this year. So what about your surprise pick? Because I kind of already mentioned mine. JOK,
Vikings
with Darashaw. and Mond, and then Elijah Vera Tucker and Quinn Minor. That was pretty much my 4, and then Demetric Felton. So
yeah, those are my surprises. Were the tackle Debrashaw? Is that his name?
Dershaw?
Dershaw, that the Vikings got.
Christian Dershaw. Yeah.
That was kind of shocking. And then I also had I think the whole thing that was shocking about Kellen Mond, though, was they traded up in the 3rd round to get him.
Well, he didn't.
They traded up to like the 2nd pick, I think, in the 3rd round. So I was like, oh,
I'm not gonna.
Cousins isn't happy with that move.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with that. Keelan Mond did good in the Senior Bowl.
But I think Jock was probably the most shocking.
Surprising that he fell that
the
low.
entire time we were watching the 1st round, we're like, what do we not know? What do we not know? What's happening?
Right. I'm like, I don't know what's
going on. And not
going
only
on.
that, but you saw like linebackers going off, and you're just like, oh, this team needs a linebacker. Oh, nope.
Right.
No Jock.
So I got something a little funny here. Did you know that Captain America is now playing for the Bengals?
Captain America?
Yeah, correct. Captain America. He's running back. 5'11", 216 pounds.
Is his name Steve Rodgers?
His name is Chris Evans.
Oh, Chris Evans.
Yeah, I saw it. Like,
awesome.
oh, they drafted some rookie, 5'11", 216. I was like, oh, hey, he's Captain America. So I thought that was pretty funny, but yeah.
That is actually kind of funny.
So our friends from
Tanko's LMAO.
yeah, so our friends in Chicago, Tank, Brian, and Fredo. So I think it's funny. Brian keeps he's like, I'm gonna buy you a shirt and you're gonna wear it. I'm like, your tone is threatening, but what you're saying is not really that bad. Like, I'm agreeing with you. So again, your tone is threatening. I don't understand. I'm actually happy for them. For the first time, the Bears actually had a decent QB. So
only that they actually had a pretty good draft if you think about it.
Yeah, they did actually. So I'm actually happy for them. Now let's hope that talent actually produces anything. So just take a
for the
I am. I definitely am.
Jersey.
I mean, he's threatening me with it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Like I'm okay with it. Again, his tone is threatening, but what he's saying is very intriguing. So it's like, okay, well, so I have a special little video when we witnessed the Bears trading up for it. So Brian, if you're watching Sunday, you have to do 2 spike bets, my friend. I didn't forget about that. He actually said that the Cowboys were going to draft up to the 4th and get Kyle Pitts. None of that happened. What?
I said they did not do that.
No, they didn't.
Thank God. Woo-hoo.
So if
last thing I need is Kyle Pitts in my division.
Yeah, man. If you're watching, 2 bets, man. You said it, 2 spike bets. Very bold. But what he didn't predict that was going to be in the 11th round, but he ended up saying 7th or 8th or something that the Bears would go up and they would still get Justin Fields. He got his guy. They all got their guy. But so I have here our reaction to that pick on Justin Fields. I don't know how good the sound quality is going to be, and I don't know if it's going to be choppy, but I'm at the very top. I'm one of the first ones to witness it. I jump up in surprise. I leave my room. I had to do a little lap.
Yep. Started shouting, "Oh no!" And
I didn't say the name.
I know.
I didn't say the name.
There like, wait.
So everyone was like, they were like, "What just happened? We didn't get Mac Jones." We can't
decipher that. Oh no!
Right. So I was like, "Oh my god!" I was so stoked about it. So here's our draft reaction to Justin Fields. Let me put it up here on the board. And
Hi, Martin.
I'm gonna remove us first. Maybe you could blow it up and see it a little bit better, but we'll see how it goes. You can see Brian at the bottom. You're in the middle. Tank is at the top. Fredo is gone. Who knows? Why would not?
A great time for him to leave, right?
Right. Like, why was he gone on the Chicago's pick? Whatever, dude. He missed out on the excitement, but it's all good. He's still happy. And then I'm in the second square. So as soon as I leave, you can see Tank's face kind of like, well, what's going on? I'm not sure. I don't think I saw what you did, but yeah, here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna exit out and then just play the video. See what did I think he was watching it with his family. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Big family man. So all right, let's play it real quick. Oh my God.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, drink your drink, Justin.
Where's my bottle?
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Ah! Yes. Yes. Oh, man.
My God.
Oh man. Yes. Dude, that's, oh my God. Yes.
Oh my God. So yeah.
Tank was
that was-
so delayed.
Oh, they were all delayed.
You're already
Tank
like, did
Tank
your
was like,
thing.
I was like 3 minutes
Fredo
behind
came back,
everyone
he
else.
goes, there it is. Brian starts screaming, and then like 2 minutes later, you got Tank go, oh, we did it.
I'm watching. I'm like, dude, when are they gonna react? And then they were like so delayed, and it's
I know.
it's funny. Like, I think what Tank was just sitting there like,
Maybe he was just in shock before he could react.
so I just thought that was funny. So man, but yeah, good for them. I would not be surprised if I end up with a Justin Fields jersey eventually. Just like, so Justin Fields was one of that QBs that I actually liked coming in, just like I did with Josh Allen. I have a Josh Allen jersey. I probably will wear it eventually sometime, but if Brian sends me one like he said he was, then why would I need to buy one, right? So
Yeah. Well, I'll take one too.
Again, his tone was threatening, but what he was saying was very intriguing. So I don't know.
So gotta get you a Gibson jersey.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I love Gibson, man. I was like it better. So Tank thought it was Mac Jones. And he said, it better not be Mac Jones. When we all freaked out, when I freaked out, because I was the first one to know. And God, that would have been hilarious. So
that would have been pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So,
could you imagine if they did take Mac Jones and then Justin Fields fell all the way to the Patriots? You know how many conspiracy theorists would be out there?
Well, there's already the one that he's going to be the next Tom Brady, because Tom Brady came in all fat and
Oh, I'm
Didn't look
saying
bad.
that whole conspiracy that like all these things, it was Bill Belichick who was. Are you drinking a green liquid?
I am.
That was pretty funny.
I am. It is
Yeah.
my BCA.
Now it's a football field.
I just came to the gym and came onto the podcast, so I'm very tired
Oh,
of it.
there you
Actually.
go. Oh,
Dude, I burned like 1,073 calories.
holy crap!
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was nuts.
But yeah, no, anyway, but I think it just this conspiracy that like the reason Justin Fields was falling down on the draft boards was because Bill Belichick was behind it, trying to get
I
him
didn't
to
hear
fall.
about that.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who were like really deep into it, saying, "Oh, it's Bill Belichick trying to get him to fall all the way to 15."
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. No, I did not hear about that.
because I would be rooting for the Lions or Vikings if Bears got Jones.
So yeah. So, and then he
Oh,
also
that's
said,
funny.
yeah, with the Bears. Tank was such on the fence. He was ready to just be a cheesehead fan earlier in the season, if earlier with the whole Andy Dalton thing and stuff. So, but hey, look, now you don't have to worry about Andy Dalton. So, be happy.
He still might start this season as a starter.
I hope he does. And I'm not saying that because I think he's better. I'm just saying that I hope he does. So Justin Fields doesn't get thrown out into the wolves.
Oh, I agree.
So I always think it's best for the rookies to sit and then come in because you know the talent prospected that's going to be there. But yeah, so that was it. That was three worst, three best.
Did you hear that Peyton
surprise.
Manning met with Trevor Lawrence?
Like earlier in the year, yeah. Or
No,
you're talking about after the draft?
I think it was after the draft.
He's been in touch with them. Well, what
Yeah,
did he say
I
this
guess-
time?
Oh, I guess he's been telling him that he hopes he goes out and breaks one of his rookie records for most interceptions.
Oh,
He really does not like that record, man.
but
He
you know
literally every draft class, he's like, "You need to break my record."
But what's crazy is he was one of the greatest QBs that ever played the game,
Right?
and his rookie year sucked. So, to those Tua haters, look,
Right?
give him a shot, man. Miami's still good. All right, he just got Jalen Waddle, who he has chemistry with, so let him play. And Tank says Andy will start at least 4 games, but if his teammates get behind Fields from the start, I can see him starting sooner. Yes, potentially. But that depends on your head coach. What is his name? Matt Nagy or whatever.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, I heard his track record isn't that great. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not. I mean, I don't know much about. All I know is he's not. He's okay. They would know better than we would, but I can see that. I just hope not. I really hope not.
Hey, his first year, he was a field goal away from the NFC Championship game.
Who's this?
Nagy's first year.
Oh, Nagy. Oh, yeah.
No idea who the quarterback was.
I don't know. Was he there at the Bears or was he when someone else?
The Bears. No, it's the Bears.
Okay.
His first year with the Bears. That's when Cody Parkey, ding, ding, dong.
Yeah, I remember that now. Now that you mentioned the ding dong.
Yeah. It went boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. So I mean it was a good draft class. Let's hope that next year is somewhat decent. Man, next year. Yes, combine. I am a little worried about next year's draft class. It wasn't that big. But yeah, so one more shout out. Grant Stewart, remember the linebacker we saw in Senior Bowl? The guy with the crazy hair, the Troy Polamalu looking hair.
Uh-huh.
You remember seeing him?
Yeah.
When we were watching Senior Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
He's Mr. Irrelevant.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. He went to
the draft.
Yep. Oh, there it is. The double dunk. Yep, there he goes. Yeah, the last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. Grant Stewart. I liked him. Came out of Houston. I saw him in the Senior Bowl. He is now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I do not see him playing at all this season since they brought everyone back. I feel bad for all those rookies. Kyle Trask is definitely he's definitely in a good spot, but we'll see. But yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. So shout out to him.
He's Tom Brady-esque? No, he's
6'5".
Yeah, but he's like
I mean,
240.
Well, hey,
He's a big boy.
yeah, dude, he could be. I mean, that size, like, I don't see why not.
He didn't have to go far.
No, he doesn't. You can stiff arm him, and
I said he didn't have to go far. He went from University of Florida in Gainesville to Tampa
Yeah,
Bay.
that's right. So, so yeah, shout out to him, Grant Stewart, outside linebacker. I think he won't be good anytime soon. Maybe next season. I mean, the last Mr. Relevant that I could think of that was any good, Ryan Suckup.
He was Mr. Irrelevant?
Yeah, he was. And
that's pretty impressive for a kicker to even get drafted.
Yeah, wow. So
whether you're Mr. Irrelevant or not,
just kind of throwing that out there, just in case we never see him again or ever. At least I'm noticing him now.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you have anything else to say? Like anything about the draft? Anything?
I mean, it was exciting. I'm the only one who predicted Trey Lance to the 49ers.
Yes. In all fairness, though, you did it like 20 minutes before the draft.
And you guys barely did it on Sunday.
No, man. We had a week. We did a show.
I know. That's what I said. You did it on that following Sunday.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I was asked to come up with a list, so I did.
That's true. That is true. Fredo did ask for that. So, towards the end. So,
I think me and Fredo tied for most correct. I think we both had 4. Or someone had 5.
I don't know. But I think I want to say Fredo won just because Brian said that. Watch, Fredo's gonna have the best draft out of all of us. Whatever. Take this, Fredo. I don't care.
Well, I had the first 4, and then it went downhill.
Well,
Sewell didn't get drafted by the Bengals,
but again, they made
Panthers took Horn.
So, all right. Well, that is our show. Right. Happy Cinco de Mayo, I guess.
Yes, happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody.
So yeah, and we got one more comment, and so have a good day, morning, good night, wherever the hell you're at. And I can't wait till we start the season, which is got some time, but there's still a lot of moves left, off-season draft picks. So
I'm looking forward to our mock draft with IDP.
Yes, we might actually do that next week. Okay. All the IDPs are out, so we might actually do that next week.
All right, then.
We will probably invite a couple league mates and see how well they do and how well I will be actually drafting this time, not another fantasy don'ts. I will be actually doing.
You could do a fantasy don'ts on the defensive side.
So yeah,
my first pick, defensive lineman.
Yes, same to you. And all right,
your brother or your mom?
That is probably my mom. Yes, my mom loves me and watches my show, and I'm okay with that. So
I get my parents to watch my show.
Well, especially your dad. He's in our league,
right?
So,
right? You would think. Yes. You would think. He watches them on like the rewinds after he posts them.
All right. Well, again, Good morning, good night, wherever the hell you're at. I'll see you next week. Good afternoon. Yes. And see you guys Sunday on the Morning Spike with myself, Brian, and Fredo. Tank is out and did not disclose what he's doing, but he is doing his thing. Our producer, Tank Kramer. So, yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
All right.
Here in Arizona.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. when I watch me elevate.